be the YouTube video going and the podcast audio going. Evening wine cellar, real quick, real fast, all right? Because I've got to get up and out of here into the factory at between 4 and 4:30 a.m. But on top of that, it's just hey, the temperatures are below 35 and there's precipitation. Therefore, got to get up and shovel something and salt something to get the vehicular out of the sloping driveway. Because we were really excited about getting a crib in a dead-end road. And we were like, yeah, this is introvert paradise, but we're earning it with this driveway in the winter. All right, we are fucking earning it.
It wouldn't be so bad if we had a better snow shovel, though. Like, honestly, like, the snow shovel is a large part of the problem.
Better snow shovel? I don't have an actual phrase for that. There is no phrase for that. All right. So this is United States Senator.
Yes.
What is it? Amber Ashley?
Kimberly.
Kimberly.
Camberly.
Camberly Harris. Dark-skinned white woman.
Spicy white.
Like, yo, the motherfucker that they got playing Princess Jasmine in the live-action Aladdin is darker than Kamala. Kamala can't be black with us.
No, but that's the thing, though, because I keep seeing people say, like, she never identified as black or was doing, like, you know, black shit until she started running, and people were like, that's, you're denying her blackness, but then no one can provide counterexamples of, like, here in 2014, she was as a strong black woman, or, you know, whatever.
But that's because these niggas, they were never real. You know, it's these folks, you know, that they were probably liberal.
Yeah.
And then they got on the internet, you know, after like 2012, and a lot of this shit really spread with atheism plus.
Yeah.
Because that's when a lot of people heard social justice. Because they were like, atheism plus what? Plus social justice. And they heard the social justice shit, and they agreed with the ideas, but the ideas like got narrowed down to lazy talking points.
Right.
So now all they're just saying is, but you're denying her blackness. You know, like basically they don't realize they're the same thing as every time you critique Israel, they say, but now you're anti-Semitic.
Right.
And it's like, no, nigga, think.
Well, here's the thing, though, is like, I'm not denying her blackness. She's denying her blackness by not sharing it with the world. Like, that's where the denial part comes in, but all right.
And I mean, there's a still shot of her on the image on this amp.cnn.com. And, I don't know, nigga, look like a swarthy white woman. Acts like a swarthy white woman. Lived her entire life as a swarthy white woman. Oh, she went to an HBCU. Quite, not even a joke. So did Rachel Dolezal. Like, that's just
I think Sean King did, too. Maybe. I gotta double check that one, but yeah. They do let white people in, or non-black people in. Just saying.
Yeah, and I mean, and also, yeah, what
I actually would be so curious to know when she applied what she put as her race on her college application. Like, I'm just really curious.
Other.
Mixed.
Yeah.
Non-specified.
Yeah, not black, though. I'm not one of them negras. Yeah, man, and then I heard myself say it, went to a HBCU. There's other black shit you could have done. Maybe you gangbang, nigga. What set was you from? Like, there's other black shit.
Not gangbang. Damn.
And I'd respect that.
I would actually respect that a lot more. I don't know. Like, you just in general doing black things, and it's just weird that now all of a sudden I listen to Tupac and I smoke weed and I dance and I'm repping Wakanda.
And with that one, I'm assuming that was on the Breakfast Club. Yeah. Right? That's my guess. But
it was.
I don't really like listening to Charlemagne the Fraud.
Yes.
Like, it's so ill that like he became known as a rapist woman beater, and like a couple months later he's on the fucking Surviving R. Kelly.
Yeah.
Like, nigga, help me.
And the worst part was with Charlemagne, he was on that shit like Didn't he say, I mean, sometimes you hit someone, sometimes you pinch them, it's normal. Like, okay, first of all, there's a difference between punching someone and pinching them. And secondly, no, domestic violence is not fucking normal.
It shouldn't be.
Shouldn't be normal. Oh, man.
Yeah, so I don't really watch and plus the Breakfast Club is boring, and I swear to fuck, if you're a black person that wants to do a podcast or something, take a look at the Breakfast Club and then don't do that. Because way too many of you niggas are just knockoffs of that. Yeah. Like, on some level, you're just making it bigger. Yeah. And it's not that fucking dope.
It's not that dope.
Yeah, and what we're talking about here, I saw a screenshot, you probably saw it too, where it was like someone took some text where it was like quoting her saying, yeah, and I did inhale, because that's the cool thing to say now. I did inhale.
Also, because her dad's side of the family is from Jamaica, so she was also making, like, the Jamaica joke.
Oh.
Of like, oh, we got, that good weed, so yeah, of course I inhaled, I'm Jamaican, haha.
So now it's the cool stereotype. So monolith when convenient.
Yes.
All right. So all Jamaicans are tokers and smokers because that the young people will dig that. Gosh, she's gonna come out to a Bob Marley record to one of her speeches. And so she said I did inhale, and she said with joints, and then they were like, what music were you listening to? And she said Tupac and Snoop Dogg, but she graduated in 86. Uh-huh. And Tupac's first album came out in 91 and Snoop's in 93. Well. And we got reminded of that by a head on Twitter, because me, myself, I wouldn't even have been thinking of it. Right. But fucking, yeah, some head on Twitter spit that out. I posted the screenshot to my personal Facebook page.
Yeah, I mean, no, that's definitely a relevant observation, but me, I can't, like, I'm stuck on it. I can't get past that. So now you're claiming that you were smoking up in college, but then you literally got out of college and said, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna lock up niggas for smoking weed, like I just got done doing my damn self. For years. Ruined their life for years. And then when voters want to vote to legalize weed, I'm gonna tell them not to, because I want them niggas stuck in jail still. Okay.
That's Kamala.
It reminds me of Bill Clinton, actually, right? Because remember, he had the whole, the first black president, right? Again, see, black people always smoke weed, right? Here we go again. Yeah. Talking about music and smoking weed. What is Kamala doing? Music and smoking weed. What was Bill Clinton? Playing a saxophone and smoking weed. Playing some fucking jazz shit. Anyways, but, that's that shit too. He was talking about, like, yeah, I smoked, but I didn't inhale. Like, it was the funny thing and it was a joke, but then fucking put the crime bill into law. What, nigga, come on. You did this shit that now you're like, but black people cannot.
Kamala Harris is kind of like Bill Maher. She's a house nigga. Ooh. And a lot of that, so that was a whole lot of preamble. We're supposed to be doing this quick and fast. We fucked around, did a whole episode. So yeah, we are over here on CNN. This is the only thing we're doing. Quick, fast, yes. Evening wine cellar. Yes. And then I gotta go run the machines. You run the machines. So, a district attorney, we're in the article now, and it's by Nathan McDermott and Andrew, and now this is a Polish name, Kaczynski, all right? Yes. And that's a Polish name, actually. That is a Polish name, a lot of folks don't know that. I tell people that, but no one listens. A district attorney of San Francisco, Kamala Harris, supported a city policy that required law enforcement to turn over undocumented juvenile immigrants to federal immigration authorities if they were arrested and suspected of committing a felony, regardless of whether they were actually convicted of a crime. Oh, so I guess innocent until proven guilty doesn't actually matter. And also, nigga, do the time whether or not you did the crime. Right. Yeah, like, really. Apparently Kamala Harris is progressive, nigga. Shit. She progressed that shit. Oh, which remind me to follow up on that New York story about the subway. Speaking of do the crime, do the time. A DA there was asking someone to be sentenced to 45 days in jail for jumping a turnstile. $2.50. Skipping on the fare. Someone went back and was trying to find the name of the DA. Just remind me to go back and look. I want to see if they ever found it. Yeah. Do the crime, do the time. This continues by these two writers, one of them with a Polish name, Harris, who was San Francisco district attorney from 2004 to 2011, sided with then Mayor Gavin Newsom in a political fight over San Francisco's status as a sanctuary city that split the city's municipal government, with the mayor's office supporting the policy and the city's elected Board of Supervisors opposing it. Wait, so she was against?
I don't know, because they don't say which side was which.
Let's see, Harris, she sided with Mayor Gavin Newsom.
Supporting the policy, but that doesn't...
Let's see.
But they're talking about the policy of putting people giving people over to ICE if they're suspected of a crime, right? That's the policy? Or are they referring to the sanctuary city policy?
Gavin Newsom against sanctuary. Let's fucking look at this shit up. I did not spell sanctuary right. I just gonna let the let this damn thing fix me up here.
What the fuck?
What up?
I like how the first thing you see is the headline says Governor Newsom vows sanctuary to all who seek it. What the fuck did you just read in the other article? A policy about saying we have to give people over to ICE if they're suspected of committing a felony? So who's getting sanctuary? What the fuck?
And this is from 2019, though. I want to find something. I want something
back when
older.
He was governor of. I'll look and see.
Okay, 2018. Yeah. This one says he says California will remain a sanctuary state. More 2018, 2017. Yeah, so apparently he's in favor of it. Wait, so she's in favor of sanctuary,
but then also giving people over to ICE at random.
On some level, you can see the dominoes falling there. If I attract them to come to this city, I can give them to ICE directly.
Yeah.
And that will further my career.
And then I'll be tough on crime and have my convictions up and blah, 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 blah.
Now, of course, and we're speculating, all right? I'm speculating, and let's go. I'm speculating from my own conclusion that I already think that this is a fucking stone cold sociopath that just wants to collect job titles as trophies.
Yeah.
That's what I think this person is.
I think that, but I also think enjoys hurting people, right? Because you can build... A lot of people are only known in their political careers for like one or two things. It didn't have to be putting people in prison. You know what I mean? Like, they didn't have to be that. It could have been, even as a prosecutor, it could have been programs to deter crime, like prevention programs, right? Like, it could have been working with police to do more fucking, after school programs so kids aren't out on the streets, home alone shit, right? Like, she could have done progressive shit. And that could have been, we're lowering crime by preventing it before it happens. That could have been her thing. It didn't have to be locking people up forever. Or it could have been prison reform, actually working on, rehabilitating inmates and giving them education and jobs. Like, that could have been the thing. It didn't have to be just putting people in prison. Like, you know what I mean?
Then again, being a, India and Jamaican person, they're looking at black Americans and Mexicans and being like, fuck these scumbags. That's right? Because they basically came from upper class India, upper class Jamaica, because no dark-skinned person in Jamaica is going to make that unit of offspring.
Right.
So she basically came from an almost white person and an Indian person. So she's basically Indian and white with like a Mio drop of black. Yeah. And I mean a stingy Mio drop. Like, this nigga does not really want you to taste shit. They're like, no, it's supposed to taste like water.
Okay, so I see 2007 Mayor Gavin Newsom voted to maintain San Francisco as a sanctuary city for immigrants. And to discourage federal authorities from conducting immigration raids. So, okay.
All right, so we got the fact-based facts on that. Let's dance it forward. We're still inside this article. What up?
Also, just interesting to know as I'm scanning this article, it says, but no San Francisco employee will help with immigration enforcement, although they cannot stop federal authorities from making arrests. He said, I will not allow any of my department heads or anyone associated with the city to cooperate in any way, shape, or form with these raids. We're a sanctuary city, make no mistake about it. And Kamala Harris did what? while working for under this man in the government?
Oh, she took misguided Hispanic youths and introduced them to federal authorities that could help them find their way in life.
Right. That's what happened.
She's a benevolent dark-skinned white woman.
Whew. Savior. Save us all.
Harris's past position could open her up to attacks from immigration activists as well as the more progressive wing of the party as she seeks the Democratic nomination in 2020. The fight over the San Francisco policy was covered extensively at the time, but Harris's role has not been closely examined since she entered the national spotlight. Ooh, excuse me. Apparently, some outlet called K-File explored her position during a review of her record on immigration. In a statement to CNN, Harris's campaign spokesman, Ian Sams, said that the policy was intended to protect the sanctuary status of San Francisco and to ensure local police who needed to have a strong relationship with the communities that they serve regardless of immigration status were not forced to operate as immigration agents, which is the responsibility of the federal government. Looking back, this policy could have been applied more fairly.
So, I'm sorry, what was the first sentence you said again?
In that paragraph?
Yeah.
In a statement to CNN, Harris's campaign spokesman Ian Sams said the policy was intended to protect the sanctuary status of San Francisco.
Okay. So the article I was looking at about Newsom, this specifically specifies that the San Francisco was first declared a sanctuary city in 1989. However, despite many U.S. cities across the country taking on the term sanctuary city, it has no distinctive legal meaning. So they were not in danger of losing their status because they get to make up their own fucking status of whether or not they're a sanctuary city. So that's fucking bullshit. They weren't guaranteeing San Francisco got to stay a sanctuary city. The fucking Board of Supervisors, which is who decided it. What the shit?
So they were just taking credit.
Yeah.
Stone cold sociopath.
Oh my god.
Jesus fucking
I'm
Christ.
glad I was skimming the article while you were reading because I was like, wait a minute. I just read something that contradicts that.
Oh, man. Since winning the election to the U.S. Senate in 2016, Harris has established herself as an... Oh, damn. That's actually how long I've been hearing her name.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and that's what folks don't understand, because y'all niggas really don't follow the left.
Right.
Niggas been talking about Harris's grimy ass. I haven't been one of them. Mm-hmm. I haven't, but it's other niggas have, especially like commentators that go on shows like Democracy Now! And whatnot.
Yeah.
Niggas like Lee Camp and Mike Figueredo. Them niggas been talking about fucking Harris. Okay, so since winning the election to U.S. Senate in 2016, Harris has established herself as an advocate for undocumented immigrants by pushing hard for a deal to protect from deportation those who came to the country as children, a group known as Dreamers. She has also called for the role of the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement to be re-examined, not abolished, just examined. Take a look, and look it over, you see. You're popping your collar right there, Chief. Okay, look good. Shoes laced up nice. I think it's working out all right over here. Because they're cops and she's a cop. She doesn't want to get rid of them.
Right.
Yeah, man. Fucking grimy ass Kamala. I had a thought and I lost it.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. This is This is just interesting to see people really love her just because she fits the identity politics, but
she fits the identity politics good enough for them.
Right. Yeah, they don't want a real nigga up in there.
No. Again, listen to Black Women stops at Nina Turner.
Yeah, absolutely.
It ends there. Don't listen to anyone but Nina Turner. Please, listen to Stacey Dash before Nina Turner. Listen to Harris Faulkner before Nina Turner. Don't listen to Nina Turner. She's horrible.
Awful. The worst ever. Actually.
Yeah, and I had a thought about some shit in that sentence. Something I hate about shit with these politicians where it said she's pushing hard.
What's that mean?
They say fighting hard. That means fucking nothing. What, they went on MSNBC and used a sharp tone? Pushing hard. What do you... No, like, pushing hard, I've read about old shit in Congress where niggas would fight.
Yeah.
Like, they fucking fight.
Yeah.
Hands, knuckles up, scrapping. Alright? Or fucking, you know, this is not as hard as that, but that time, Boehner, the original orange man in D.C., just went up to Harry Reid after, like, some shit went down in the Senate. He's just like, hey, you, go fuck yourself. And then Harry Reid was like, what, dude, what are you talking about? He said, you heard me, go fuck yourself. And walked away. Like, let me see, at least use a curse word.
Something.
Motherfucker, use a damn curse word.
Civility. The other side wins if you use a curse word. If you get angry, you're just as bad as the Nazis.
Just as bad as the Nazis.
Yeah.
Shit, drive a car into some Nazis. Fucking show me something. Go as hard as you did against the poor. So this article continues. Still, her past position could prove a vulnerability in an increasingly crowded Democratic primary where candidates have been highly critical of President Donald Trump's policies on immigration, and abolishing ICE has become a popular position among the party's base. No, it's not.
It's not, but I will let them run with it.
Yeah, they keep pretending that the left is
the base. Yeah, we're
not.
No, we're not. Because we will stay the fuck home in this election. We really will.
Yeah, we're the Green Party's base. We just fucking tolerate you. We're not your base. We're not even in your party. You actually don't even want us in your party.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, all the time. If you're not going to support the Democratic leadership, then leave. Okay. If you leave, Trump will win. Well, you told me to leave.
You will lose. Again, I'm about to start. Yo, I swear to fuck, if I could get enough people on board, we can make this a thing. Buy my vote.
Buy my vote.
Want my vote? Buy my vote. Because then, if I sell my vote, then I actually have something in common with our representatives, and on that plane, they'll actually represent me in some way.
So we are basically going to be lobbyists.
Yeah, just basically, and they have a lot of money, and they have a lot of sources of money.
They do.
I don't know how much. Maybe I should go for more than 10,000. Right now, I feel like my vote's a $10,000 vote.
I think you could hold that for more.
Yeah?
Yeah.
$100,000 vote?
If they want it, then they can crowdfund it for you. They fucking crowdfunded for that old racist white man who didn't refuse to get Obamacare because my freedom. They bought him his diabetes medication. They fucking funded when that fucking GOP local office got like burned or bombed or some shit. They fucking rebuilt that shit. They have money.
Oh. Yeah, this is a $100,000 vote. Yeah. And right now it's February 2019.
Start fundraising, get your GoFundMe up.
Yeah. You want this vote? Come buy it. Just like your favorite politician got their vote bought. And you gotta hear where Tariq Nasheed thinks Cory Booker gets his money. And folks, we do have a Tariq Nasheed episode coming up. It's hilarious. I have the notes all done, but I figured let's do something responsible before that. But man, it's fucking funny.
Where Cory Booker gets his money from?
Tariq Nasheed also thinks that Ocasio-Cortez is following his ADOS movement and trying to respond to it. And he also, I'll give you another teaser for this episode coming up. Tariq Nasheed also thinks that Ocasio-Cortez puts on darkening makeup to appeal to black people.
She's Puerto Rican!
But you know how he decided this? He Google searched the images of her, and not all of them were in the same lighting, so he declared some of them darker, so that's how she's doing it.
It's not because she had a tan. It's not because the background.
Yeah, like...
It's not...
Not all light bulbs are built the same.
Like, what?
Yeah, so we have a funny Tariq Nasheed episode coming up.
And also, it's his ADOS movement now?
Yes.
Okay. Well.
And his what is it? Tangibles 2020. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
yeah, I've started seeing that word pop up, and I'm like preemptively blocking people who are saying tangibles. I'm not doing it to myself.
Oh, just laugh at him. Just be like, what else did Tariq Nasheed tell you to say that you didn't think of yourself?
What else did Tariq tell you to say about some shit that y'all gonna do, but you're never actually gonna get? It's never gonna fucking materialize.
Oh, you know what you should do? Just link them to our episode talking about where we covered Frances Cress Welsing talking about homosexuality.
Oh, God.
Yes. And I'm going to go ahead and link this. This is a long-ass motherfuck article. I'm going to link this and post this up. Mm-hmm. So, again, we don't fuck with Kamala Harris. And Phoenix Leader's harder than me. You know, I'll never say this in privately owned social media anywhere because I don't feel like people that don't listen to the podcast deserve to know. But, like, I threw mine up for Clinton in the end. Sanders in the primary, Clinton in the general. But Phoenix Leader did not.
I voted for Jill Stein.
Yeah, Phoenix Leader went Jill.
I did.
So Phoenix Leader's harder than me, and I've lived with her for 2 years now. So I gotta go hard too. So fuck it, man. If it's Kamala and Trumpelstiltskin and I don't have $100,000 in my bank account, I'm just writing in Sanders. Fuck them. All right, and that'll be that. WineCellarMedia.com, PayPal. If you want to drop that 100,000, PayPal.me/Phoenix and William or Patreon.com/WineCellarMediaFund. Please be as safe as possible wherever you is be at.